Hello and welcome back to the finishing line, proudly sponsored by Hollywood Bets. We are back this week. We're back to normal programming. So today we are going to preview the Epsom Oaks and Derby. But before all that, how's everyone?
You and Tom are very sunburned.
I literally finished playing golf an hour and 15 minutes ago.
Mine's calming down now. I had a couple of rough nights sleep. The back of my calf's got it. It's horrible.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Like we arrived at the golf course and it was milling down. Second we teed off was like 24 degrees, sweating to death.
You have hair. Tom has
dead heat.
Some hair. I have no hair and I'm not sunburned.
Gavin Lynch is an absolute golfing bandit. Trying to tell me he's off.
Thanks for inviting me and Tom.
You were invited. You were working.
Friend! Golfing friend!
You don't play golf.
No, you having pints. I'll come for the pints. There's alcohol there. I'm there.
We did have pints. You were working. I tried to ring you twice.
Yeah, I know. Look, it is what it is.
Good day,
I was working as well. To be fair, I was working. Wouldn't have minded the invite for the pints though.
I'm my own boss, but isn't it great to be able to go off on a Wednesday playing golf?
So nice, isn't it?
It's swear or something extravagant.
It is. The castle is extravagant for
We're in an extravagant place.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's not really.
It is. It's the most upmarket place in Waterford. Like
in Waterford, yeah, exactly.
You can't get any better in Waterford.
Just because you get a ferry over to it. It's big at all.
Dave, he's got that big now. He now thinks the castle isn't extravagant. Imagine.
It's not though. It's a good course.
You know, Juliet next year. We'll
God no, I won't go near that.
We'll be in the slums in Ballybrick and having a pint in there. That's the way it is.
Will we have Williamstown, Dave, looking for him?
yeah. I'm out Williamstown.
I'll be there, don't worry.
I'm out Williamstown, lads. I'm on the 10th. Are you? We can't find you.
The 10th. Oh, Williamstown. Sorry, I'm in Fate. Like.
If we have a golf day, though, people are going to get quality entertainment because they're going to get a bit of golf of you, and they're just going to get points of me and Dave.
He'd be playing.
I'll play all right, but I'm just not any good.
It's looking like it'll probably happen. It's going to be the 20th. I've made my mind up. If it's happening, it's going to happen August the 20th.
I'm busy that day.
No, you're not.
I could be.
You won't be.
I might be.
Busy playing golf.
Yep.
There you go. Golf, food, pints, the whole lot after it. Oh my God, I had a pint of Heineken today. A proper one. For the first time in God knows how long. Ice cold, sitting outside in the sun.
Because you're in a hotel. I was wondering how you nabbed that one. It's
No, we're sitting outside. Everyone was sitting outside. Suppose if you're on island, you probably make up your own rules, really.
I'd like a toasted BLT.
There was them floating around.
No. A toasted special.
What's so special about it?
Oh no, what's the one with the chicken? A toasted club, chicken and bacon. That's me now. Some chips, pint of Guinness.
Oh, the chips looked unreal.
Might have a packet of bacon fries.
If this wasn't on, I'd be still out there. It's dedication.
Yeah. Something like that, yeah. Ditching your mates as well. Something like that. Somewhere in the middle.
I even get started.
Not quite as famous as Gavin, unfortunately.
Exactly.
No. Some golfer.
Better looking though.
I like the whole this thing. Anywho. They bet us anyway. Best by 2 holes. Was it 2 holes? Yeah, 2 holes.
You don't have the mind for it.
For what?
The day we were playing golf, you fell apart as well. I never seen a man get so stressed. You were leading, you were about 6 holes up, fell apart, lost.
No.
You need a sports psychologist.
Oh, I need someone to fix my hamstring.
And a sports psychologist.
Don't need a sports psychologist. I don't bottle under pressure.
What you want is someone to rub you and talk to you at the same time.
I don't bottle under pressure. Very good under pressure. Rub me. Oh, yeah.
Rub you and talk to you.
Rub you and talk to you at the same time.
Whisper sweet nothings in my ear. Get in the hole.
Oh God! Right, and moving on.
Moving on. Tom, if you have noticed, Tom's deathbed is gone. No longer hiding people under his mattress anymore.
I got a new setup. Some eagle-eyed people will notice this. So I am still in my office in the same bedroom. But yeah, I just said I'd
never noticed that.
Mix it up a bit. I didn't have time to put the light up, so I need the light next and be well away.
It looks better.
Nice picture behind you.
Looks better than a bed. I just thought the bed looked a bit bad, so I'm going to paint this wall, and it's going to be a lot nicer in the next couple of weeks.
We're moving as well.
Hopefully.
Should be moving.
Oh,
yeah. New studio.
New studio. Bigger.
More things I find out as the listeners do as well.
We only found this yesterday.
It's not set in stone. It's actually moving my business, so he's coming with me in the process.
I'm like a part of the furniture.
New gym on the business park, Dave. Moving in there could be a nice spot for you.
It's going to be a trek to get there.
Yeah, it's next door, but
it's literally next door.
It's just bigger and there's more potential, and I can do more bits and pieces with it. So
it's huge.
Very good.
It's huge.
We better talk about some racing.
Yeah, that better be Shauna behind you.
That's off. I might get Shauna, I can put Shauna up here. That'd be good.
And then the goat as well.
The goat just randomly coming across the shots.
Yeah.
Do you know how many views it's going to get when you just do this one day? When he's there.
It'll just be replayed over and over.
It's going to be the best thing ever. That's 100% going to go viral.
I saw the goat out in Henry's the other day, and it just put me off, to be honest.
Harvey, he's mental. Though. He's mental.
He's a bit old.
He's ancient.
Yeah, he's setting his ways, Tom. You can't train him now.
Right, racing. This week is Oaks and Derby. So it's on a Friday and Saturday. We're going to start on Friday, and the 310 graphics are down because I forgot the mouse again. I'm going to blame him.
I'm back in action. I get blamed for everything.
He gets golfing all day. He didn't make them. That's the truth of the story. Nothing to do with house at all.
They're there. If I had the energy to reach over, I would show you. They are there.
The first race is the Coronation Cup. Love is doing a Goshen and is not running ever again.
You have a habit of making horses disappear.
Yeah. The betting is Alazi 10-11, Japan 3-1, his brother Fatty 11-2.
Jesus.
Pile Driver 9-1, Alba Flora about 12-1, and then you have two outsiders then, Alpinista and Highland Chief.
I'm tired. Keep going.
I said me and Tom, I'm hoping Tom is on the same wavelength as me here, because after Pile Driver's run the last time, I said the next time he runs, I'm going to back him. I thought being the Prince of Wales as an ascot. But we're here at the Commonwealth or the Coronation Cup. Love is nowhere to be seen, so I think Pile Driver will win.
Tom, you the same?
I'm disappointed that Love isn't turning up, and I'm even more disappointed that Pile Driver is turning up. I'd much rather he went to the to Ascot or straight to Ascot. I'd have been a lot happier with that. Look, for me, it's very original, but it's not very original. Even Alazi has been mightily impressive this year. He's just looked like an absolute monster. And there's a part of me wants to see him go and, confirm that. He's had it's been in a lot lesser races than this. So I'd love to just go and watch him now tear them apart. I think it's possible. I definitely think it's possible. Yeah, Pile Driver is interesting, as is Japan. Japan looks very good at Chester. But again, it's Japan, isn't it? I wouldn't bet my life on him anyway. You know he's going to let you down at some stage. He was only beaten half a length from the Derby over this course and distance, so that that would give him an obvious chance.
Well, see, that's the thing with Japan. He'll put in that win, and everyone gets sucked back into the whole. Oh, this thing was a hype job. Oh, stop.
Him and Mogul can come first and second. and I never ever back in any of the two of them ever. I don't care what they win.
I couldn't go near him. But go on.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't go near. I'll take the two of those on definitely. I'd have Pile Driver. It all went wrong from the Derby, didn't it? So you got to put a line for that run. Yeah, I'd have him maybe to be placed. The horse to outrun her odds. She's a 40-1 shot. Is Alpinista. Won on debut at Epsom. Was pretty good at Goodwood last time on her seasonal reappearance. She's got a lot of stepping up to do. She was beaten by Love in the Yorkshire Oaks by 5 lengths, but if a couple of the top two, if a couple of the top four underperform, she could run on for third or fourth maybe. But yeah, Alazi, look, it is what it is. I just think he's been very good this year. I'd love to go and see him, stomp himself as a proper Group 1 horse.
Yeah, well, he is the obvious one. It's so clear as day. He's the obvious one. Like, his 2 wins this season, the Group 3s, they've been very good. He looked like an absolute monster. Like, he's one piece of form last season that even if he was coming in here on the back of that, he was behind like Misriff, Falcon Star, and Volcanic. That form alone will be probably good enough to get him close in this, but he's improved since that. His 2 wins this year have been very, very impressive. But at, what was he, 10-11 on?
Yep.
Yeah, I'd rather sit back and watch him win. Look, Japan looked all right in the Ormond Stakes at Chester. But look, he's Japan. He's going to do that. He's like a woman. He'll tease you to come in near him. Then when you get near her, she'll just disappoint. It's just something. It's always there just to tease you, and you're just like, it's too good to be true. Yes, it is too good to be true.
That can happen.
You can vouch for that.
Yep.
Look, I respect Pearl Driver. I'm not really fond of him, but look, he's one of these horses that will pop up at these mad prices. But the one that I'm going with is Albaflora. Returned this season with an absolute demolition job at Ascot, winning by 7 lengths. The race, she absolutely destroyed him.
She did.
She looked very, very good. I think the price she is now is way overpriced. She's 12-1, and that was only what her 6th runner of her career or something like that. She could be very, very good. She comes on for that again. I think she would play a big hand at 12-1. I'd gladly back her each way. But as Tom said, look, I'd love to see Alassi come and absolutely destroy him to be a superstar to look forward to the season. But if he underperforms, I think Albaflora is improving big time, and I think she could play a big part in this. So I'm going for Albaflora 12-1 each way. That's where I'm going.
There you go.
This is where you
4:30 next.
4:30.
Okay.
Friday,
We're
4:30.
moving on to the Kazoo Oaks. I like that name actually.
What is
Kazoo.
it?
I don't know what it is. Good.
I know it's a
Kazoo is one of those car supermarkets over in the UK where you can just buy your car online. My sister got her car from there actually, and they'll deliver it to your house in the back of a truck and everything.
It's class, isn't it?
Well, there you go.
Sounds
Pretty
good.
impressive.
Sounds great.
It's better than Investec Oaks, isn't it? Kazoo Oaks is good, like.
Vestex sounds real posh.
Yeah. Okay, so we've Santa Barbara's favourite 9-4, Snowfall 9-2, Tiona 5-1, Sayada. I know I see you wouldn't have been able to say that.
I would have said
5-1. Divinely, who's been backed all week, another Aiden O Brien horse, 10-1. Saffron Beach 10-1. Dubai Fountain 12-1, and then 25-1 Bardos. Andrew first.
Oh, me. The obvious one is Santa Barbara, the talking horse going into the Guineas in April. Look, she looked green as grass going down at the zip. Like, the stuff Aiden O'Brien was saying about her going into that, you'd think she's an absolute superstar before she hit the ground on a Newmarket on the back of her maiden win the year before. Stepping up and trip big time. From a mile up to mile and 4 is a big step up and trip. Will it suit her? Probably on pedigree. It looks like it'd be no problem for her whatsoever. Is she United the Force shot 5-2? On what she done? No. But then you look at her trainer and the things that have been said about her. So bookies are not going to take any chances whatsoever with the price. Do I expect her to win? Probably go very close. I don't know if she'll win. Snowfall I can't have at all. I think Tiona will turn around the form with her 100%. Tiona needs to settle a lot better, but I think if she does, excuse me, I think she could play a huge part in this. She made a mid-race move where the camera angle changed. She went from last and nearly up to the top of the pace. I think it was about 3.5 furlongs out. She took off. She did way too much before that to get up near that pace and keep it up. But she only got, I think, she get beat by 3 lengths or something like that in the end. She settles a lot better. She's going to play some part in this.
Nearly 4 lengths.
Yeah, she's very good, but she needs to settle. That's the thing. There's a lot of question marks over a few of them. Snowfall is, do you take the win on its merit, or is it just Ryan Moore gave an unbelievable ride? Because on last year's form, you'd be him and on, and why is it 9-2? Look, it was a good win. Aiden said she improved a lot. But I think I take a chance with Tiona. Settling better. There's a big field in this. Who's on it? Rap Allen or
David Egan.
David Egan surely be able to get a nice posse in between, settle her down, think come around the bend, take her out, leave her roll down the outside and see what happens. I think she's value at 5-6-1. That'd be my picking.
Tom?
I'm just rewatching a race there because I thought I hadn't seen it since the day.
Which is Share.
Yeah, it's the Cheshire Oaks. I remember watching it and thinking that Zaya was the is that how you say it, Dave?
Ziyada
was the one to take out of it. She was traveling really well, didn't get much of a run. The winner got first run on her, and she was just looked after then. When her chance was gone. She's a real a decent staying pedigree. Tammy is an interesting one. He's an $8,000 stud fee, which they don't get many Group 1 fillies or Group 1 horses. But yeah, I'm going to take a chance on her just at the prices at 11-2. You can back her each way at that price as well. Santa Barbara was the one to take out the guineas. She looked an absolute monster. Hadn't a clue what to do. Hadn't a notion what to do at all. And for the second run of her life and the first run of the season, that was very, very, very good. And look, she's a bit like High Definition. I'm glad they're missing it with High Definition now, because I'm just worried that, the guineas was a bit too much for her. Is this going to be a bit too much for her too soon? I've no doubt she's a Group 1 horse. It sounds like she's an absolute aeroplane at home. But just the turns of this and the lack of racing, knowledge and experience, that worries me a little bit. So, look, I wouldn't put you off her at all, but not at that price for me. And I'd back Zayada each way, I think.
What Aiden has at home he has a mimic of Epsom and all them. Sure, that I'd say they're at the run of her at least few times they'll gallop down the bend at least. And I say if they weren't happy with her, probably won't be running her, would they?
Probably not. It's not racing. You can't. It's not racing speed. They're not going to go around there at racing speed, and that is the difference. It's doing it in. It's like footballers. Anyone can look good in training when you're walking for a move or, going at half speed.
That's true. I've seen a lot of them.
It's when you put it into a match and it's instinct and, obviously raw talent comes out. But, it's just getting up to speed. I've no doubt she's a really good horse, but I'd just be a little concerned.
Very short for what she's done.
Yeah, she's extremely short.
Very short for what she's done.
I think that's the problem. the Guineas run, she was clearly the horse to take out the Guineas. And she's another one. She could go and win 5 lengths here, to be honest. But would I back her at the price to go and do so? No.
What price would tempt you?
72.
Yeah.
Look, if you're to, I was looking through some of the pedigrees, and Andrew mentioned Teona. She's an unbelievable pedigree. She's by Sea the Stars out of Ambivalent, who was a really good race mare, but I'm pretty sure she wore like a hood or some sort of headgear anyway. And she might need that, like you said, she needs to settle better, so she could be very like her mother. I think Aiden O Brien's horse is divinely. She's been back so much the last few weeks. There's money coming from somewhere. She's a sister, full sister to Found, so she's an unbelievable pedigree as well. But I think the one to take out the Guineas is Saffron Beach. I think she would have won the Guineas if she was drawn the same side as Santa Barbara and Mother Earth. On pedigree, she wouldn't be sure to get 1 mile 4. There's sprinters in her pedigree. But her sire, New Bay, is actually a pretty decent sire. I think he won the French Derby a good few years ago.
He did, yeah.
And the horses he's getting now tend to be tough and just proper, decent horses. I would side with her, and I do think Willow will make the running, and she's about 40 to 1, and she'll probably stay there in place because it's just always happens. Aiden O Brien will have a pacemaker, back it each way. You know what I mean? You're getting 3, you might get 4 places some bookies, and again, her pedigree will tell you that she's going to get better at some stage, and she'll go out like the clappers, and they might not catch her.
So I was going to say subjectives. Serpentine all over again.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going with Teona anyway. That's my one.
Saffron Beach and then Willow each way for me.
I will take Zayada, but I wouldn't be surprised if Santa Barbara was 5 lengths clear hitting the line.
Yeah. Moving on to Saturday, Dave.
310 Epsom.
Yup.
The Kazoo Diamond Stakes.
Of course you have to get the Kazoo in.
Century Dream 5-2.
Is that Kazoo you can? It's only had to dawn on me there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Maxima 5-2. Bell Rock around the 5-1 mark. Prince Aisha maybe.
What price is Maxima?
5-2-ish.
Oh wow. I have him 4-1 here.
11-2. Duke of Hazard 6-1. Marie's Diamond 6-1. Oh, this is us 10-1. Escobar. I will eventually get the horse right. 12-1, and then 33 odd to 1 bar. Tom, who are we going for in this?
A little bit boring, but I think Century Dream. Well beaten behind Palace Pier in the Lockinge. I forgive him that, and he's had 1 run at Epsom and won. Which I like, and that came in this race. So yeah, and absolutely bolted up that day. So, he was in a bit better form back then. However, he's only had 1 run this season. You forgive him that run, and there's plenty there to like about him. He'll like the ground, and form at the track. Happy with him.
Yeah, I think Century Dream will win as well. He wins these kind of, I would say, not the best Group 2, Group 3 races. He goes up against better horses. He doesn't win. Gets dropped back down, get a confidence boost. He'll win this couple of lengths. He'll go back up again to maybe a Group 1, and he'll be middle of the pack again. Maximal, you couldn't count on him. And then the others, I don't know, they're just not that good.
I really like Maximal. His form this year has been good. He's second behind Hurricane Lane, who's one of the Derby contenders for this year. If you like him, you have to like him. He's down to this, like I say, down in class. He's running in the Group 3, where he's beaten a length by a Group 1 horse now. He's second then again behind El Drama in the D Stakes. The Leicester was a good run. What you say? He's between 5-2 and 4-1 in places. If you get the 4-1, I'd be happy to take that. I really think he's good. By Caloleo out of Joyous, I think there's a lot to like. I don't like Century Team. I've never liked him. His run last time out was shocking. He'll need to come on big time for this. But look, these are races he runs well in. But I don't know. His form was 5th, 1st, 5th, 9th, 9th. I don't know. Bellrock could be one that could run well as well. He won very well at Newmarket last time, but he kind of throws in a good run after then a bad run, then a good one, then a bad one. So he's not really dependable. Otis is also likes these kind of tracks, so he could run another big race as well. But Maximal is the one that I will be siding with at 4-1.
345.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, go on.
The Epsom Dash, which is always a good race.
Love this race. It's one of the very few flat races.
Very fast 5 furlongs.
Another fact about the Epsom Dash game is when Andrew sent on the list of races at 5:30 this evening, did not include the Epsom Dash. Funnily enough. No. However, I just guessed that it would be coming up. So
he said last week it was on. So
what did I say? See, I was kind of
left that one out, yeah, and then sent you a picture of yourself and Gavin Lynch drinking. So I said, okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
I had things to do.
Management, what are you going to do?
Things to do. See, this is all planting the seeds for us to get bigger, and
there's a load of these around the same 8-1 kind of mark. Stone of Destiny, Desert Safari, Copper Knight, Only Spoofing, Ray Wyatt. Wow. How do you even say that? Like
Ray
Wyatt. Ornate is 10-1-ish. Sunday Sovereign 10-1.
Ray Wyatt.
Caspian Prince. Oh, the boy.
He's about 40 now, is he?
Recon Mission 10-1-ish.
10-1-ish. He's 10-1 or he's not.
Yimu 11-1. Zargon 12-1, and you could just be going on and on and on.
That's about 20, is there?
A million runners, and it's going to be an absolute lunatic race. Tom, what are you thinking?
Isn't it like the flat Grand National over 5 furlongs?
Yeah.
It's just madness.
Of course, they're madness. It's some race, but you can guarantee there'll be a blanket over 10 of them. It's tough, to be honest. Stone of Destiny has a chance, but anytime I seem to back him, he always gets beat. I always think he's going to win at Ascot and stuff, and he just gets tanked. It's not an enjoyable experience, to be honest, backing him. So I'll probably steer clear of him. Interesting one there is a horse called Only Spoofing.
Damn you!
Kevin Coleman trains him. He's Aiden Coleman's brother, and has been pretty successful in only a couple of seasons training over in Ireland. This horse absolutely bolted up on better ground. He'd had 3 runs on soft ground in Ireland and hadn't run well, and he got good ground. He won a 5 furlong sprint by 3 lengths to a race post rating of 96. I think he's probably worth his chance, isn't he? He's always been rated in around the 80s, and why not bring him over, take a chance, and see what happens. Only has 8 stone 11. Tom Marquander's booked to ride. He's going to get good ground, 5 furlongs. I'll take a chance on that.
Yeah, I agree. Watched his race back there last night. Absolutely bolted up. He would have won by more. It was 5.5 furlongs. He was just going away. He wasn't stopping. He was only hitting top gear. I think in this race, you kind of need these front runners, because once you hit that hill going down, you're at the back, scrubbing away. You're not going to catch the lads out in front. So I was just looking for preferably the front runners. This fella races really close to the pace. In really good form. That win last time was... To win a sprint race by 3 lengths going away is a very good performance. He is my main fella I'm going to back. And another one, Mark Johnson's Desert Safari. He's 2 from 3 this season. Front runner as well. He's by Slade Power, who is an absolute bullet of a horse. And I think he could play a huge hand. But look, you could say that about 3/4 of the field. it's just like it is like the Grand National where you go, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, who can run faster than you?
I have a voucher since Christmas for Paddy Powers, and I'm going to have to use that at some stage. And I tell you, I'm going to use some of it on Caspian Prince.
Oh, don't. He's
I am.
I'm faster than him now.
If he gets drawn properly, he's out and gone. That's the end of it. He loves Epsom as well.
Oh, see, he's won 3 times at Epsom,
Unreal.
I think.
He's 12 now, though. Like
He's
that is
getting
outrageous
slower.
for a flat horse. Like, but he'll win eventually once a year. Like,
It's not going to be here.
it might be.
It won't.
I think it will be.
Can't be. He's not. There's going to be a horse that are faster than this at his age.
Ah,
He's 12 now. He's not getting any faster. He's getting slower.
well, it could be the last day, and like a rocket up his hole, and he's just off and gone.
He'll go off like the clappers for about 3.5 furlongs, and then like,
Yeah, but for 3.5 furlongs, I'll be happy.
sounds like a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't want to say it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dang.
Caspian Prince each way for me.
What price is he?
He's around 12 to 1 or something. I'd probably get 20s on the day.
Shocked if you don't get 33s. Yeah, I'm going only spoofing.
Tom is only spoofing as
Yeah,
well.
I'll go only spoofing as well.
So we are moving on to 4:30, the Kazoo Derby.
Kazoo, you can.
Bolshoi Ballet is favourite, even money-ish.
Ish again.
Oh, yeah, 11 to 10, even money. John Leaper, or Leper, it must be Leaper, I'd say, is it?
John Leaper.
13 to 2. Max Swiney, 13 to 2.
I'm looking at another bookmaker. There's some discrepancy in the prices.
Mohafet, 15 to 2. Hurricane Lane, Tom's fella, 8 to 1.
I won't bother to. I'll leave now, Dave, will I?
There you go.
Yeah,
Third
thanks. I'm
round,
off.
12
Yeah.
to 1. Southern Lights, 20 to 1. One Ruler, 25 to 1. I may as well just go through them all now. Youth Spirit, 25 to 1. Adair, 33s. Gear Up, 33s. Lone Eagle,
Hold up, how many horses are in this?
33s.
Stop.
And then you have 100 to 1 shots.
I think, Tom, you could go out, make a cup of tea, and come back in. He'd be still going through the field.
Yeah.
two mad outsiders then. Andrew,
There's only
go
2
first.
mad outsiders. There's a heap of mad outsiders.
Well, it depends what you consider mad.
This realistically revolves around Bolshoi Ballet. His 2 wins this season in the Ballysacks and the Derby trial have been extremely good, especially last time at the Derby trial at Leopardstown. The change of pace or change of gear he put in, I think it was 3 furlongs out, and he kept going to the line. I think that day he ran 3 seconds faster than the handicap order, same trip. He looked an absolute weapon that day. He could be extremely hard to beat. Even money, it's not really tempting whatsoever. But John Leaper is the one I want to go with. He's just a mad bastard. He's like Tiona. He done everything wrong at Newmarket last time out and still ended up winning. He pulled like a mad joke. He couldn't settle himself. He couldn't get in behind horse. When he went out, he found trouble and he came out again. He still ended up winning. There's one hell of an engine under there. His mammy and daddy are superstars. If he is 2 quarters as good as they are, he has some chance in this. I think it's nothing against Adam Kirby. He's just put me off. Nothing against. I just can't. How many races like this has he ridden in all of his career? Not many. And there's a reason behind it all. I just look, fair play if you get the opportunity. You can only get if you get opportunities, but I would rather William Buick, Holly Doyle, Tom Marquand, anyone like that.
I'm going to say Tom Rain.
Tom Rain on him back in the day.
What weight's he got? 9 stone. Yeah, I don't think I'll make
Tom
that.
Rain in the womb.
My right leg might make it, all right, but that's man.
But yeah, if he gets it all together, he's going to give Bolshoi Ballet a fright. But I think Bolshoi Ballet will win, but I think John Lieber he's a certainty to place at worst.
For me, I said I had two and I'll stick with him, but the fact that Aiden has taken all the other horses out would probably suggest that they think Paul Sherry Ballet is a very, very good horse.
And he's probably going to be up the pace because no pacemakers.
When they only have one in there, it usually means they're pretty good. When you have 4 or 5 Aiden's ones, it's hard to distinguish which is the best because they probably don't even know. John Leaper was my main one all along. I'll stick with him. He done everything wrong the last day and still won. If he does that again, I can't see him winning. But like I said that time, every Frankel just seems to have issues with pulling and not settling. And they're like him, but he was just so talented, it didn't matter to him. He just won anyway.
Yeah.
And then
pretty much.
The one I can't understand his price is One Ruler. Charlie Appleby's Godolphin horse. He's a much bigger price than Hurricane Lane. But I thought he was the one to take out of the Guineas as a horse that needed to step up and trip. He was 6th, so kind of up near the top. Didn't run badly, stayed on. His form then last year, he was 2nd to Max Winey in ground that I'm sure he didn't like. Max Winey loves that heavy ground. It was the Racing Post Trophy, or what's it, the Virgin Futurity now.
You said it to me.
Before that, Bev Van Gogh, who ended up coming out when Group 1 at the end of last year. His form is tied in with Maximal as well. He beat Maximal at Sandown. He's thrown in a bad run here and there, but I think when it was least expected, he won. I think he's way overpriced at about 25 to 1. I do think he's the best of the Godolphin horses.
That's interesting.
Tom?
Dave's nicked my each way one there. 25s, One Ruler. Agree with everything you said, basically. It was very good last year. A horse I really liked. He put up some really big time performances as well last year. His run in the Guineas, he looked like he was going to go backwards, and then he ran on again. He was only beaten 5 lengths. He looked like he'd stay, and I'm very keen on him, to be honest. At that price, I think he's way overpriced. I think he should be about 12. I'd have him about a 12 to 1 shot, and I feel by the time a couple of these come out and stuff, I feel he'll be around 12s or 14s. So I'd back him now. I'm going to stick with Hurricane Lane. Just a horse I liked. I liked going into York. I liked what he did at Newbury. To me, at York, he got outpaced and he ran on again. And he really looked like he wanted to step up and trip. And I know I was banging on about it the last day, being out of a Scirocco mare by Frankel. That puts a lot of stamina into him. And then the speed and the glitz of Frankel. So Charlie Appleby is the other person that we should maybe touch on at the minute. 7 winners out of his last 17 runners for a 41% strike rate. And he's had another of those 10 that didn't win. 3, 4, 5, 6 of them were 7 of them were in the first 3. So
not bad.
He is in scintillating form. Like, could not be in better form. So One Ruler and Hurricane Lane, I'm going to back both of them each way. One of them, I'm telling you, will be placed. Bolshoi Ballet, just to touch on him, has been really impressive this year. He's been really impressive. I just don't know what he's beat, to be honest, lads. I know he's beat Max Swiney, but that was Max Swiney's first run. It also came out that he was sick after that, so he wasn't right. We're forgiven that. Other than that, he didn't beat much. And then on his first run, he beat a couple of the same horses. And again, not a lot. There's no way I'd touch him at 5 to 4 for the Derby. No way in the world. Like, look, he could go and win. He's an Aiden O Brien horse in the Derby. It happens more often than not. But no way would I touch him at that price. I think some of that form is a bit windy. And just to touch on it, I thought the same thing as you said there, Dave. Aiden's taken everything else out, and it's like, oh, well, they must really fancy that. And that would normally be the case. But you just go down through them. High Definition is still a big baby and was a big baby the last day in a joke, and
He's a ledger horse, I'd say.
I said it straight away after York, the Irish Derby, and I think he'll destroy them in the Irish Derby. But I just worried about him and Epsom, and I'm really happy to see that they're going that route with him. The next one he had in the betting was Van Gogh, who they're on about running in France, and I think that would suit him. And then the next one is how do you say it, Dave?
Sir Lamorak,
who again has the option of France. He didn't actually have that much in there, because you get down to the next one, then it's 100-1 shot, which I presume might still run or might not run. It might run to make the running, the Mediterranean. And he has Kyprios, but again, that's got no chance. It's an 80-1 shot. So it's not like he had 3 or 4 that were well fancied. High definition, I can see where the sense of the Irish Derby is for that. Van Gogh, he is going to want to go to France with, and Salamarak, I'd say, will turn up in France as well. So it's not too surprising. I wouldn't read into it too much. And I'd definitely be keen to take him on at Fight 4.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nap's the next best.
Yeah.
Andrew, you can go first.
Don't come back to me. Come back to me.
Tom.
So my next best is going to be a joint next best, because my nap comes tomorrow in France. But yeah, you'll like this one. This just wins tomorrow.
Not back.
My joint next best is back Hurricane Lane and one ruler each way in the Derby. You're getting 25's one ruler, and you're getting 8-1 basically on Hurricane Lane, and I think one of those will definitely be in the free anyway. And I'm just gonna get the name of it now.
In French, please.
In French, it hasn't got French name. The 306. The 306 at Longchamp tomorrow. The first race at Longchamp. Spa Killer.
Bad French.
Maxime Guillon rides her. She was second on her debut. She was third then at Longchamp the last day. Got absolutely no run up the inside. When he got her out and squeezed her, she really finished well to be third. She could have won. She would have won that day with a clear run. And yeah, massively. She's 9-4 favourite, but massively keen on her.
David.
My nap is Saffron Beach in the Oaks, and my next best is Pile Driver.
My nap is Tiona in the Oaks, and my next best is Albaflora each way in the
Coronation.
I was going to call it Commonwealth. In the Coronation. Anything else before we go? Cotty Sunday. Sunday.
Yeah, Cotty's entering Kilbeggan on Sunday. She's number 12 in the ballot, but I'd imagine it's down as a race that could potentially divide. There's 50-something entry, so I imagine they will divide it. And if they divide it, she'll get in. We'll see what she's up against. But yeah, hopefully she's got a chance.
Look forward to seeing her now.
Yeah, her bumper form is good. So yeah, I mean, so it's like showing it's a starting point, first run for us. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's hopefully a nice run anyway.
6 days since she won.
Yeah, it's great. I have to say no.
How many times you have to watch in the back?
Yeah, a few.
I've watched it back a few times now. Yeah, it's very good.
Putty got a framed photo of her and all doing jumping.
How?
I don't know. He just sent me a Snapchat of it.
He texted me, right? He was texting me about other stuff, and he said, after getting this photo, I was like, did you buy that? And he was like, yeah. I was like, oh, Brian. I was like, I'm going to have to say it now. But yeah, a little idea we had with some of the guys in Henry's was to get for every member of the syndicate a signed picture of her jumping, signed by Henry and Rachel.
He literally said to me, I was talking to him earlier, he wants to get Rachel to sign it.
Yeah.
Poor Brian.
And I texted him. I was like, "Oh no, you've bought that." I was like, "We're literally buying one for everyone." So yeah. So that'll be in the post for you too as well.
You know, he's just a happy. He's a happy fella. He won't even mind. He'd be delighted with two.
One for one room, one for the other room.
Yeah, exactly.
We can sign the other one for him.
Yeah, finishing line.
Probably devalue it.
Yeah, far more than likely, to be honest.
Right. Is
Yeah,
that it?
it was good though. It was really good. Really enjoyed that. Now got some kick out of it.
I can't wait for some more.
I can't wait for
Down Royal, Patrick, anywhere.
all of it.
Kilbegan, Ballinrobe. We're going.
Killarney.
Yeah,
How
we go to
typical-
Killarney. We run around Killarney. I'm going to go to Killarney.
That's a good shout, actually.
Yeah.
A few days away in Killarney.
Yeah,
that'd be
weekend away in Killarney.
Again, there's a bit of golf down there.
good.
Tom.
Yeah.
You can organise
You
the
can-
food and drinks.
You can get the wine and cheese boards and everything else to go with it ready. Steph and Dave will hack up Killarney's golf course.
Yeah, I will actually. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that'd be good. And typical owners are back on at the races on Monday the 7th, in Ireland, and we've a runner on the 6th.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
You can't make it up, could you? But anyway,
Now we get there soon enough.
we will.
Anyway, we will wrap up tonight's video. So we are back as always on Sunday with Talking Pints, where we will be reviewing everything that happened at Epsom and maybe one or two other things, and we'll see how Cotty got on as well. So again, thanks for watching. Keep liking, subscribing, and comment below your nap and next best for the weekend. And we see you again live Sunday at 8 o'clock on YouTube. I have to lean over again.
This is really